everyone, this is Pramita here, and I am here to show you the 2 pages of the first botanical collage kit that I have just released. And today what I'm trying to show you is that how you can cut into these papers and make journal cards and tags, which is going to be very cohesive with your botanical journals. Or if you want to use these pages as journal pages, you can use them also, because they are going to tie everything together. So basically today I'm just going to show how you can trim down these pages to make ephemera, and then also I'm going to show you later on in the later stages how you can do collages using these elements that are given on the collage sheet. So I'm just using my craft knife, paper cutter knife, and a ruler just to take off the sides, white borders. And yeah, I should have done this before, but I just wanted to show that, see, it is very easy. Just it takes about 10 to 12 minutes just to cut these down and into portions that can be used in your journal as ephemera. Now I'm going to back these with tea stained papers and I'm going to stitch around them. I'm going to make a journal probably using the second botanical set that's going to come out around Saturday, Sunday. I'm hoping that I'll be able to upload that by Sunday. And I have given you a sneak peek of that in the previous introductory video, and you can get all these digitals in my shop, Bluegrass Journal Shop, under the digitals heading, because I have made separate sections. And yes, I followed Lolly's advice, because initially I was planning on opening another shop. I did open another shop, but somehow there were some technical glitches and I decided to go back to my old shop, that is Bluegrass Journal Shop. So what I'm doing right now is just folding the paper in half, and you can see on the top right hand corner I have used a check, blank check with just a butterfly on it, so that I have not tried to over embellish, because you can add your own image or anything you want, so that you can put that, otherwise it will look too embellished. This is the bird that I want to keep, and I'm not going to mess with that image, so I'm just trying to line up the page most probably, yeah, and I'm trying to just snip off the extra, and that extra will form a skinny tag sort of thing that we can use in any journal as pocket or anything of that sort. So this is how I'm just trimming this down. Yeah, so I have the bird image, and now you can see that from only that half portion we have managed to get 3 pieces of ephemera that can be used pretty well in the journal. And as usual, my table is a mess because I was working on Stephanie's design team project, and now it's pretty late in the evening, and I thought I'd pop over and do a quick tip sort of video whereby I'll just show you how you can maximize the use of your collage paper the way that I have designed it. So now what I'm going to do is I want to keep that bird again, and you can do it in 2 ways. Like, you can get a long skinny tag, or you can have a rectangular journal card. So I decided to go with the skinny tag with 2 stamps, and if you want you can just trim off the extra later on. So I'm just keeping them as it is, as they are right now. I'll probably trim them later on if they are a little bit wonky. I don't mind. I'm going to do that later on. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm just going to take off the extra bit and make into 2 journal cards. So I am trying to see which part would look best. Yeah, I want to keep that bird because and the only thing that I wanted was to keep that butterfly also, so I got things again. We get around 3 ephemera in different sizes, and that's what I like. You don't need to have everything cohesive. There has to be something symmetrical also in your journal, because this is basically a junk journal. Okay, so it need not be perfect. It has to be cohesive, of course, but not too matchy, so you can go with that. So now I'm going to use this second sheet of paper and show you how I trim down the paper, cut into it. So I've just trimmed down this white sides, and I'm back to show you how you can make tags and journal cards from this. So I've just positioned my scale in such a way that I get a fairly good sized tag, and I'm just going to trim that. I'm a little bit off camera, you can say, but I'm just turning the paper around so that you can have a better view. So there's a butterfly at the bottom, if you can see. So I'm going to keep that butterfly as well as the carnation and trim the paper just to so that it has a cohesive kind of look. So again, I'll have some empty spots where I can use labels. I can use some sort of dictionary word or something of that sort. So the pages are, as I said, are not overly embellished, because I wanted to keep that option for the person who buys it. And honestly, I have tried my best to keep it as best possible, because the images, if you ever print this out, even on your inkjet printer, it's going to come out as crisp and clear as possible. So because I've had such good feedback, so I can say that I can vouch for that. So so we just made another tag, and now I want to keep that bird and see how much I can cut out from that. So but I want to keep that floral bouquet also, because the bird is looking towards the bouquet. So I'm going to cut into this basically, and I'll keep the roses at the bottom, and also the butterfly in the picture. So I'm just trying to take off that bird and the bouquet in one ephemera, and the rest I think I can just trim off, the extra part that can form another piece of ephemera. I don't know if I'm making sense. You can just see how I go about it. So I'm just going to trim off the top part, and I'm going to keep the bouquet as well as the bird. So I'm not bothered. I might trim this part a little bit, and you won't get to see the tail end of the bird. Once I finish everything off, I'll show you how to do that. So I have this piece, and I'm not going to do anything to that. That might form another journal card. So here I'm making another journal card. So I'm just cutting into this paper because I want to keep the bird and the butterfly in the same frame. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to gauge basically how much should I take off, just to make sure that everything is in frame. So I just trim that part off. It's totally wonky, and I will definitely trim that off when I stitch that. So now I have again a big piece which you can make into a small booklet also, but for now I'm going to be chopping this portion off to make a long journal tag or journal card. And the sides are not perfect, as I said. Once I stitch, I'm going to once I glue the tea dyed paper in, at the back and stitch around it. I'm going to finish off the edges nicely and ink them up, so you'll get to see how you can use and maximize your collage pages. So you can see I have practically no wastage, because that was the idea. I don't want wasting, and you can use up the entire thing. Now then what you can do is, I have printed 2 to a page. So the top portion is not of this kit, that is of the second kit that's going to come. Watch out for that second kit around Saturday, Sunday, maybe I'm going to upload that. And here I've printed 4 to a page. So I'm also going to show you this, how they look. And the rest, the 2 you can see on the diagonal corners are from the first botanical set, and the rest are from the second botanical set that is to come. So so here I'm just showing you that how they look, because I have printed it in such a way, 1 page from the first kit and the other from the second kit. And actually we were not sure how we are going to put the kits, and then I worked on 4 pages and then we made it like this. So you can make a tiny booklet of sorts, even a book cover of sorts, and or you can just trim this and make into small journaling cards, bigger journaling cards, sorry. And they will be around, I think, 4x6 cards. They are pretty big, and they work pretty well in journals. And here I'm just taking off the corner, both the diagonal images, and here also you can see how you can use them as small journaling cards and journal booklets, tags, whatever. So I'm just going to show you how you can do that. These 2 are for the botanical set 2, and here you can see when you printed them up 4 to a page, they are around this size, and you can fold them, make tiny journal cards, small journal cards, or you can keep them as it is. So it's totally up to you. Or you can keep them a little bit bigger, printing 2 to a page. You can do that also. So you can use them in a variety of ways, and I'm definitely going to show you more and more ways how you can stretch these 2 pages and build up a stash of collaged cards, or you can use them in your journal pages also. And I'm going to show you that also in the process that I'm going to take you through.